Morning.
My codex retraces the entire history of the world
No,
and of hell, with a single exception: my defeat.
Hello, Masterwork. Good morning. Sorry for the few minutes delay. My in-laws are leaving this morning, and
You have returned.
I didn't see a lot of them yesterday. Need to say goodbye this morning. Took a minute. Anyways, thank you, Esmeralda, for the 36 months. Thought I was dead. Yeah, I assume that's the correct guess. You give them 10 minutes, and they're not here in 10 minutes, they're dead. I agree 100%. All right, where are we headed? Well, we just cheated our way over to this location. Love that. All right. So plan today is probably Rogue Lords unless I get too bored with it. And if we get too bored with it or just had enough for the day, we might switch over to Vegris for the rest of the day. That's the plan for the bulk of it. We had a nice extra filthy extended stream yesterday, which was pretty good. And yeah. I'm enjoying this game at the moment. I'm a little concerned about balance, difficulty scaling, and the like, but ambush. What the fuck is ambush? We haven't had an ambush yet.
Bow before your queen.
Who's the queen? Are we the queen? Huh. The disciples begin the combat with one skill blocked for 3 turns. That seems like a fucking scam. What did you block? Okay. Aha! Of course it would be the Mask of Torment. The only ability on this character that does anything. Sure, sure. How does this game compare to the crop of similar games out there? I'm trying to get the idea of the scope of the comparison. Am I comparing this to all roguelikes? I think the immediate, what I'll do is I'll do the immediate comparison, right? Let's say let's say the immediate comparison is Slay the Spire, which is a card game, which is a card-based roguelike, right? With meta progression. This game is much better graphically, has a lot of unique systems, which I appreciate. We played Rogue Book, which was like a fucking direct clone of Slay the Spire. We played a number of games over the last year or two that have been direct clones of Slay the Spire. This has branching pathways with some decision making. This has branching pathways with some decision making. So far the difficulty's not been real good, but like early stages of Ascension weren't very good either. And I'm not sure how the difficulty scales. I'm not sure about the replayability. Some strategies seem overpowered, but that's often the way things are in the early game. The writing's been pretty good here. The writing's decent in Slay the Spire too, though. I've been pleased with this thus far, but it's really early days for evaluating something like this. Like, I mean, this already got through tryout day, so this is essentially me wanting to take a deeper look at it, for sure. All right. So what do these things do? They attack. They attack for SP damage, mostly. Group exhaustion seems pretty good. I'm gonna 1 there. Guess I could refresh. Why did that die? It was at 3, we did 4. But no secondary attack. I'm not sure why that one died.
my hands dirty again. I'm bathed in opulence.
Regeneration and burn, doing 21 physical damage. Okay. Hey, Nobu. I'm looking forward to your string of barely appropriate comments on the state of Lilith's undressed. So, fire away. Apply exhaustion again. Exhaustion seems great versus them. It's not 4 a.m. anymore. I did wonder, honestly. I mean, we could taunt here. There's no reason not to, I suppose. Why is it dying? I don't get it.
I'm ready.
She clearly got a good deal with the devil. Oh man. Yes, Nobu, I think you're correct.
A renewal. Welcome back.
You carve and disarm. Okay, we applied the burn. They're at 0. That makes sense to me. I don't understand why they...
It's so easy. It's almost boring.
Thank you, Night-Bye.
Finally, fresh souls to talk.
So we got ambushed. We haven't had that yet. I wonder the encounter difficulty of ambushes.
Smell. That deathly silence. I feel right at home.
Alright, what's the Grim Reaper got for us?
With that, the humans will finally submit to my yoke.
A new subscriber. Come, steel yourself. We are building an army.
Ah, a conductor of souls. All those innocent souls I harvested will finally be of use.
Thank you, Nobu, for the gifted sub. Alright, we can buy some stuff off the Reaper. Discovery of a second discovery of wicked skills generated. Second discovery of wicked skills is generated each time you fuse 3 ordinary skills. I see. After each combat, the holder's max HP and SP permanently increased by 2. That's pretty cool. Although it's a... Dude, it goes to the wrong hero. Okay. I really dislike the lack of diversity in trinkets right now. They seem very, very similar. Like, very few. So you get the same ones every run. Alright, so we're looking to upgrade some skills. The question is, which one do we want to upgrade? So are we at gold for this or not? That's such a strong ability. I like how it's cheaper than the other one too. Hello, Fudgeinator. I'd like to get Fire Trail up again too. This character's been sweet. I use this every turn. I should probably fucking upgrade it. All right, fine. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna give up. So they offer Mirror Blade, which is useless here. We do have to have physical damage dealing for that one enemy. Wait, why would I ever want to use this skill? Because it costs 0. It's a different finisher for 0. Huh. It's actually kind of interesting. These are very expensive, these skills, though, honestly. When I can get for 20, I can just upgrade. It seems much better. I don't hate the idea of upgrading the other one. But I think for now, just drop that off there. And then second discovery of wicked skills is generated each time you fuse 3 ordinary. I wouldn't mind Decadence too. Maybe we have to upgrade Mirror Blade. What's Mary have right now? Level 1 Mirror Blade, and that's basically it. And Recklessness, Relentlessness even. Are these 2 copies of Mirror Blade? Don't even like paying for that, but oh well. Okay.
Take everything you can.
All right, so next round. Book chapter. There's a Grim Reaper up that way. 2 events along the way.
This forest isn't so terrifying. Not yet. My disciples arrive at the abandoned hut. The witch is waiting for them there. A vengeful ire stirs the wrinkled lines of her face. She wants to take revenge on Gabriel, who hunts down and tortures the creatures of the night. She has decided to help us communicate with the Hydra on condition that we promise to her that we shall kill Gabriel. My disciples solemnly accept. The old woman then slits her throat with a dagger, and her poisoned blood spreads across the floor of the hut. As she collapses, lifeless, the voice of the Hydra penetrates the minds of my disciples. It speaks one word: Battley. Screams of terror. Such sweet music to my ear.
What trinkets are we running with? Terror gives us souls. That's pretty much it right now. Okay. I think we're going up this way.
The crows seem partial water this tree. Maybe my disciples will find something useful in it.
Alright, occultism and ruse. Very little of either there. Fuck tons of both there. Alright, we'll use Mind of
Indeed,
Steel.
This is no task for a peasant.
Your disciples go to Venerable Tree, where a Sancta Lumen priestess is rumored to carry out magical ceremony to connect with the dead every night. Her ceremony gives grieving humans one last chance to communicate with the spirits of their loved ones. In this way, she has brought peace to many distraught loved ones and given hope to an incalculable number of mortals. Her mere existence is a threat to your plans. Her rituals must stop. Agreed. Handful of curious mortals seeking consolation through her gift are already approaching. The White Lady could try and convince her to invoke an evil spirit. It's twice as hard to run that one. I think we're going to run this one instead.
You want something
Anyway.
done right.
A lady never fails.
The priestess listens attentively to the human's request and begins her visitation ceremony. The spirits of the dead soon gather around her. It's a perfect moment for the White Lady to intervene. By injecting some black magic into the priestess's ceremony, she ensures that as the spirits leave the earthly realm, they go straight to hell. Many innocent souls will be sent to feed your power by the end of the night.
Finally.
You have to know how to prod destiny in order to remain powerful.
I like how our disciples are always able to take advantage of the situation to make something better. It's nice. It's very nice. That's why you'd hire people like this, wouldn't you? Just resourceful.
Stone by stone, I will tear down everything the Sanctua Lumen built.
I don't remember what sacrificial altars do. I think they let me give up skills. Hey, Kijin. I think all the voice lines are not going to be on for long. But we'll see. Yeah.
Sacrifice to dominate.
So we gotta get some damaging skills. Kinda wanna give up evolutions. Got 2 spots there, 2 spots there, and only one. Oh no, these are not 2 spots, these are closed spots. Alright, let's get rid of possession. I mean, exhaustion is so good, it's so hard to want to give that up, though.
I am pleased with these offerings. Take them.
God, these are so expensive. Alright, an event for temptation and ruse. 6 temptation, that's 9 ruse, seems pretty good. 4 temptation, well, 2 temptation, 1 ruse. 7 temptation, 3 ruse. See, these stat points are not good on her. Dude, look at this omnipotent for Lilith. Why does she have so much HP? Because we've been buffing her stats, huh? Alright.
Choose me.
I'm gonna buff the
You
tank
won't
here.
be disappointed.
I feel like the tank wants to be doing these mostly. You feel the presence of a tormented soul in the streets of Sanctuary as they enter the city. Your disciples are confronted by a woman who threatens them with a sword. I'm going to have to kill you, but please understand it's nothing personal. I need your hearts to cure my family of the White Plague. I do apologize. Despite her bravado, her hands tremble on the sword's hilt. With a stance like that, she won't hurt a fly. If she wants to kill someone, you'll have to teach her some technique. The mortal is shaking like a leaf, but you can read her determination in her eyes. She'll attack any second now. We only have a few seconds to act. Offer her a pact. Teach her the art of bloodshed. Give her a better target. offer her a pact.
Aw, too bad. Maybe next time.
Lilith whispers the promise of a cure to the mortal to encourage her to sell her soul. The human hesitates for a moment, but no more. She steadies her grip on the sword and defies your disciple with her eyes. My loved ones would never forgive me if I paid such a high price for their lives. I'd rather take my chances with your heart. Now that I know your true nature, I have no qualms about killing you. She charges at lightning speed and lands a hit on Lilith. Your disciple disposes of the bothersome brat with a single stroke, but it's too late. The damage is done. The wound threatens to slow Lilith down considerably. You could easily heal her with your powers. You consume all the souls it takes to heal Lilith. No one will be able to tell the wound was ever there.
Souls rotten.
Dude, the negative outcomes on these events are fucking crazy.
I don't want it!
All the other characters are like, you failed? Let me double down on all those things. It's pretty annoying, honestly. I want to see outcomes so I can make decisions about whether or not to spend resources. A 90% roll seems pretty reasonable. And it is pretty reasonable, and you do fail 90% rolls. That's absolutely reasonable. But, nevertheless, it would be nice to know what it was going to cost me if I failed.
That putrid smell. That deathly silence. I feel right at home.
Alright, let's go to Raintown first. It's another event. We now have occultism and temptation. We're gonna run in here. It's still better to do it here with both options, but I think it's gonna be here. You can gain 2 ruse, 2 stealth, and 8 max HP. Okay. Dude, 1 spiritual damage is decent too. Why does she have physical damage 6?
Choose me.
I just don't want to spend life resources every single time I go into one of these events. A prophet on a small stage in Raidtown is predicting the end of the world to all who will listen. Unfortunately, humans are mocking him and calling him a madman. This might change if you make some of his predictions come true. We could use your powers to bring about these catastrophes. It would be very apocalyptic. Or we could give Lilith the agreeable task of wreaking her own style of havoc. Stir up the morbid curiosity of the crowd.
Normally I face much harder challenges.
Lilith manipulates the minds of the passerbys so that they will be receptive to the prophet's voice. Mesmerized by his words, the humans flock to the stage to hear his predictions. He convinces many of the listeners that they're doomed and that you, the devil, will soon destroy the world. The wave of panic that ensues is worthy of the prophet's vision.
My influence is growing.
Okay.
Finally.
You have to know how to prod destiny in order to remain powerful.
Yeah, I'm not so upset about losing a 90% roll. I'm just kind of shocked at how painful it is to lose the roll. Alright, Grim Reaper again.
Ah, a conductor of souls. All those innocent souls I harvested will finally be of use.
A new subscriber. Come, steel yourself. We are building an army.
Nobu gifted another sub. Thank you.
Tier 1 sub to Kidston. They have given 86 gift subs in the channel.
Well, that looks like a nice one for Mary. AoE, AoE SP dot and AoE SP nuke. First things first, we need to take the free upgrade, the dirt cheap one. We have the rune that makes it immediate. Is that true? Hold on. We could take one of these and then upgrade it, I suppose. Like, this would make her... I mean, the problem is this. We only have a limited number of action points, and we already have pretty good SP nukes. So the question is, do we really want to go further down that line? Ah, fuck. I bought this last time to give her the ability to attack physical in case we ran into that ridiculous matchup again. Hey, Dolphin. But looking at this, Bloodthirsty only attacks lowest HP. What happens if I run into the interaction? Dolphin, didn't you just resub like yesterday? What happens? Yeah, I got down to 1 HP that first time. Versus that. What happens if I do this versus the Fnatic fight? Like, if you're taunted, does this attack the taunted target as opposed to the lowest HP target? How do Bloodthirsty and taunt work together? Taunt takes priority? Oh, fuck that. We'll do that then. Sounds good. Also, are the increases between first and second tier better or worse than the increases between second and third tier? Alright, do we want this stupid shield? When a disciple inflicts spiritual damage, they earn +4 physical damage for that turn. Burn and depression inflicts 2 times more. I don't think so. I think I would like 7 years bad luck. I don't remember if Mary has space though. She does. Depends on each skill. Okay. Wait, this isn't magic. I'm gonna assume you just think of it from my perspective as the broadcaster. I've been playing this for some period of time that is not 0 seconds. And like from my perspective, it's like you're like, hold on a minute. I've been watching for 40 minutes and he's rarely playing any cards. And he keeps drawing lands just fine. This isn't Magic the Gathering. I think it's just a really amusing moment to be a broadcaster. Things keep playing by rules that are roughly defined as fair. We've been had. Is it bad that I want both these, but I lost all my fucking money because of that scam event? Probably. I just can't. I don't think these are worth it alone. Okay.
Choose quickly. Evil will not spread.
Yeah, the AoE Spirit Nuke seems great, but the problem is I think I have a bunch of Spirit Nukes already. And the only thing that challenged us last run was the single fight where the strategy of specializing in either health or spirit works for every single fight except for one, which they throw at you totally out of the blue as a complete surprise to the player for your first playthrough. If you choose to heal yourself, you get all your essence back and increase your max essence by 10. Yes. All right, we'll take the very strong effect. Dolphin, how's the difficulty scaling? It seemed really easy this game thus far. And there's no direct difficulty settings, right? My scaling is basically based on the number of runs I've done. Does it ever scale to a point where you're challenged?
Ah, the sticks.
I guess we'll see. Oh no. All right. Hey, where am I? I'm only have one way to go, so that's fine. I mean, I guess I could have teleported. Fuck, I forgot that we can cheat. Dude, I love the cheat mechanic. It's so cool. But I just forgot about it again. Wait, there's an extra elite activity? So I can fight 2 elite battles and one is extra? Well, we should see what the basic one does before we do the extra one, but it's cool.
Kill them all.
Fnatic only shows up in chapters 5+. Is chapter the progression in the individual run, or is chapter meta progression like ascension levels? Alright. Sister Polaris ×2. Dude, the AoE attacks are like cheaty as fuck. Alright. So we're all taking 22 damage somehow. We're gonna put a fucking stop to that. What are my initiator abilities? Just that one. Just provocation, which doesn't matter here.
I have to get my hands dirty again.
So we want to do that. Or that. Calm down. Okay, thanks.
I'm ready.
Where's my combo ability? What happens when I combo it? Repeat the effect played. Do I care about 1 damage to everybody? Maybe? So we're gonna do those two. Do we have another 1 mana attack? We do. Lilith is very strong. Chat was telling me that you like Bloody Mary. My experience with her, we played her, this is the second run we played her. Last run we had her, the starting run, which is Headless Horseman and Dracula. And she stood by and did nothing the entire fucking run. This run, we're playing her with the White Lady and Lilith, and she stands by and does nothing. So, I don't know when she gets better, but maybe it's later. Because right now she doesn't do a goddamn thing. She steal our split spirit? Transfers HP losses suffered and inflicted into SP. She may have. Alright. So we can reset here. Which is probably good. Since Gust of Wind is pretty sick.
Ah, such pleasure.
I have to get my hands dirty again.
Alright, we've got the mask up, which was brutally strong.
Game are we playing?
Again, why would I ever want to use these abilities when I have much better abilities offered to me? She's doing 18. I guess we probably want to run Wealth. Seems almost unnecessary, but we'll do it. Is that considered a status effect, chat? So do I get double Decadence Burn here? Not the only Lilith creeper? Why is it creeping? You guys are allowed to respond to digitalized breasts in the same way you're allowed to respond to digitalized farmers. You just have to understand that it's just in your head. We're doing it this burn here. How did I know digital farmers turned you on? It's a pretty common fetish. My chat has it too. A lot of them. Okay. I mean, to be fair, not a lot of pixels here. But very pale. Alright, what are we doing here? I think this is double status effect, so this presumably is going to hit 3 times? Why is she taking 18? She's got the armor on. Shouldn't she take 9? Shouldn't this tooltip say 9? Alright, I want to see if this hits 3 times or not. Polarized health. Doubles the amount of... I see. So I'm expecting this to hit 8 to 11 3 times. It did trigger 3 times. That's pretty sick.
What game are we playing?
glad I don't have to calculate that, because I had no clue if she was gonna die or not. I know there's some random chance because we have like 45 hits of the mask, but still.
Ah, such pleasure.
I have to get my hands dirty again. What?
Are you just gonna stand here and watch, Mary? I think you are, right? Also, why aren't you taunted? Wasn't the first opening we did taunt? Oh, because it's Naomi.
I'm ready.
I really don't understand burn. Each time the holder suffers damage, including SP damage. That explains it. I thought burn was something they did on their turn, but it's not. Makes much more sense. Was it bleed the one that does it on their turn that looks like exactly identical but does a completely different mechanic? Probably is. It explains why things have been dying randomly. Is there any other status effects we can inflict on her? Do you have any status effects? No, as per normal, you're entirely useless. Does think mirror counts as a status effect? I think it's a gray one, so I don't think it does. Apply one split spirit. To me or to them? I guess we'll find out.
I'm ready.
It is them. I was definitely thinking it would be me. Okay.
From now on, you belong to me. A fragment of power.
Each time 3 disciples play in a turn, +2 damage to rest of combat. Funny guy. Like we're ever going to use Mary. Corrupted Talisman. All your disciples earn 3 damage. Your max diabolic essence goes to 30. New. Disciples earn +5 of an unknown yellow number for healing they provide. +5 what? Damage? Money? Just we get a floating free +5 near us? What is this +5, chat? Or maybe, oh, I think chat said last time it's +5 to healing. All right, we'll take the scammy Warhorn. We'll take the extra elite fight because the elite fight wasn't any harder. I mean, it was a little bit harder than the trash fights.
Don't be scared. I'm not going to hurt you.
All right, what's going on here?
Or maybe I will.
And also, look at these stats. Bloody Mary, 16 HP. Lilith, 63. White Lady, 74. Can you run 2 disciple runs, chat? Like, is that the thing I can do if I wanted to? Do I have to always bring 3? Don't I basically have to? No, unfortunately. Alright. Maybe I should have stolen some shields first. Can I beat 15 damage? actually don't know. Do we want to focus the captain, I guess, since...
You have returned.
Hey, Skex.
Is this Filthy and his rogue lords pairing? Filthy 7, Filthy 7, Filthy 7.
Not my ideal target here, but... After using a skill, the holder suffers 5 to 8 something per damage application. Let's see. Healing for 49. Wait, why didn't I take 5 to 8 damage? After using a skill, the holder suffers 5 to 8 HP damage per application. We have 1 application, we used the skill, we took 0 damage. Are these not skills? Also, is clumsiness minus 10 HP inflicted by the skills? Is this a debuff on her physical damage? Skill means damage skill? Alright, chat, talk to me about a control effect. Is clumsiness minus 10 HP inflicted by the skills mean my skills do no physical damage now, or minus 10 physical damage?
I have to get my hands dirty again.
Disciple skills do 10 less, okay. There's 2 status effects there. This is as many status effects as we can apply, so this seems like a pretty good decadence. Left. Burn there kills. Wouldn't mind stacking a burn elsewhere. I mean, we're gonna kill her anyways with this, right? Because the 2 kills, I believe. I think it kills. If it doesn't kill, it's gonna be fucking annoying. Wait. That one doesn't do physical damage either. Oh, it does SP damage, which apparently counts, though. Let's see. Alright, we're clumsy but not bleeding. Let's throw in another debuff. I really don't want that debuff there, so we're probably taunting.
I'm ready.
I'd like to get burn on him. Although I don't know if burn is blocked by armor or not. If it is, it's going to be pretty unpleasant. Clumsiness replaced by migraine. Oh, I guess clumsiness would have been fine, but migraine would have been super bad. What the fuck are you doing here? 22 damage and 26 damage simultaneously? You're down to 8 magic armor, though, or SP armor. Only one status effect. I would like to apply consuming flames to him.
I have to get my hands dirty again.
So we can nullify his entire turn doing this, which is okay. And then if you use an ability... Oh, you don't have any one-cost abilities anymore? God, you're such a scam, Mary. Why do I bring you anywhere? She's such a scam, chat. Literally does nothing.
I'm ready.
I mean, this doesn't do anything, so I guess we just reset our skills.
I'm big.
Alright, we're in a bit of an ugly impasse here, which is fucking little bastard's immune to almost all the damage we deal and throws out damage debuffs that last 2 rounds. Like, our mask doesn't even do anything. To get the damage up. Can get the damage up, we just have to cast spells, but we have to use fucking Mary. Literally doesn't do a thing. Alright, so let's start with burn. 0 to 4 burn for 2. Not great, not great. Are we okay being debuffed again, I guess?
Ah, such pleasure.
Do we have triple? We do. 10 to 13. Do you have anything that matters here? We do have split damage on, so it does go directly to that. Maybe we can get it with Mirror Blade? Alright, Mary, I believe. Show us your power. Or do that. You know, whichever's easier. What's the cost on this?
To get my hands dirty again.
Exhaustion is a effect too, right? I'm not sure how to get through this for shit. We have to use all 3 characters. Which character has not cast? Does it tell me who's cast in this turn, or I just need to remember? We already did this, so it's probably that. She's cast, so it's probably just this girl hasn't cast. Let's throw our trinket to gain stacks of stuff. I was really hoping to get a burn effect on, but I don't think it's going to happen this turn. I don't have any 1 mana burn effects, do you? We do have Consuming Flames to reapply Spirit Split, though. Okay. Dude, why don't they do anything? These things aren't affected by her damage bonus? Like, what's the point of having a damage bonus if they're literally unaffected? The end of the turn, inflict 5 times 7, but the 7 hasn't scaled, and I have +4 over here. Shouldn't that be 5 times 11?
I'm ready.
What game are we playing? I want to die.
5 damage 7 times versus 8 armor 0. Way to ignore the question at being asked. Seeing how we have 4 damage bonus here, why isn't this affected by that?
My hands dirty again.
If I recast it, does it reset that? But how would I know that? Oh well, whatever. Do we have any other debuffs we can apply to him? We just have the 2, right? So we just kill him here with Decadence.
Humans are such frail creatures.
Alright, I mean, clunky, I guess, but he just spent all this time casting debuffs that we don't really care about,
These
so.
relics are potent enough to contain my power.
Pocket Mirror. Maybe this could make Mary useful if I didn't have to spend any abilities to do this. The beginning of each combat.
From the stagecoach.
Thank you, Worker 1. Replace Mistress of Suffering. +1 damage each time an enemy suffers damage. This bonus resets after Lewis uses skill that inflicts damage. To Mistress of Pleasure, +1 charge each time an enemy suffers damage. Every time you use skill that inflicts damage, heal as many as. Okay, these are both damage-based abilities, so I don't think those are useful to us. None of the disciples recharge for 1 turn. All the disciples earn +2 damage. Okay. Take Pocket Mirror, I guess. Alright, we did both fights here. Go into the next zone. Next zone is a force zone, so it doesn't matter. Here we go. Storyline zone.
Battley is a locality where a working farm can be found. Why did the Hydra send us here? Inside, my disciples discover a Sanctualumen laboratory. Everywhere, vials, stills, and that smell. The same as the one at the marsh. I do adore mad scientists. I order my disciples not to harm them too much. Grateful, they confirm that Gabriel had been there with the head of the Hydra. He left for a graveyard whose location they give us. My disciples kill a few of them, leaving the remainder in despair, in the hope that they continue to make the world slightly more dangerous.
I love that. The understatement of that first one. I do adore mad scientists. I order my disciples not to harm them too much. Anyways. It's fun to play as a bad guy.
Fear me once again. That is how it should be. Finally.
Alright, +1 relic.
These relics are potent enough to contain my power.
When acquired, +20 max diabolic essence, not bad. Gonna reach turn on the holder. Mary. Recharges 1 random skill. Fuck. Holder earns 20 max HP, but loses 10 max HP. We're at 16 HP. You wanna go to 6? This seems like the most powerful. I kinda wanna make Mary not useless, so maybe we'll take Netherworld Hourglass. Alright, Elite Combat. All my relics shut off. Each disciple begins the combat with 2 charges, or we can go to an elite fight that has no debuffs. I wonder which I'll choose. I don't like these. I don't like these events. I don't like the fact there's not 3 negative events. All your options should be a negative event, so you're choosing between the lesser of evils. Or they should apply to like higher reward stuff, right? Because at the moment, the random spawn of debuffs means there's no pathing. I can already cheat with paths, with teleporting, which is a resource, so it's not free to cheat. But like something like this, like I've already made a decision. Granted, I'm in a node where I can't do that, but I've already started pathing decisions, and then some shit spawns. I mean, and then I still have an outcome that's as good as the other outcomes, but free for no penalty. It just forces my choice. It feels like I'm losing player agency there, which I'm not keen on at all.
This type of vile edifice is exactly to my taste. It's an invitation to crime and horror.
Alright, this is an elite fight apparently. We have a bunch of things that do stuff. Alright, they're killing Mary because why wouldn't they? Mary has added a mirror here. So we gotta get this duelist off the board. We have some debuffs we could throw.
I have to get my hands dirty again.
I wonder if I want to single target -10 or group target. Oh, if I have to taunt, I have to do it now too. I should probably taunt.
I'm ready.
Okay. Is that an AoE? That's an AoE. So we definitely want to shrink this guy's damage. I guess we're exhausting everybody. The thing is, if we want to do health damage, do I want the damage buff? Is it even better than just... Oh, I didn't set up mirror yet. No, it's not better. Ooh, triple bleeding is annoying. What does Shell do? For protection. Big damage dealers here too.
To get my hands dirty again.
So these do 7 a pop. Minimum. Can't target this because apparently... because it's targeted on HP. Fuck, Mary, could you be less useless? Holy shit.
Say hello to my 13 husbands.
Mirror damage counts for bleed. That's cheating. So we're going to hit ourselves 7 times here. It's kind of horseshit as well. So hit us twice. Are we okay with that? Every 8 charges, she summons somebody back. We did not take damage off Mask, by the way. So that's not right. This guy has split spirits. We can do damage there. See the lowest HP one now? Yes.
My hands dirty again.
Why are we showing as taking no damage? Reduce the damage suffered by half. Plus 17 damage over there for some fucking reason. Although we're minus... Yeah, but why is that health representation different? And why is that doing spirit damage? What the fuck just happened there? Alright, this guy doing physical damage, attacking the girl with no buffs that transfer it. Oh, it's deal and. So it's the buff on that player that's the problem, I see.
Get my hands dirty again.
Next turn, they're summoning. 1 to 2 enemies. It's really annoying. Is that per turn now? Or does it reset, you think? They don't have warmth available, right?
I'm ready. I'm bayed.
Oh, it's at 9. It's not actually at 8 because it just changed their attack now. AoE. So the problem with Demon's Mark, although it's cheap, is it ups her counter here. So 10. 13. Now he's doing 5 times 2 AoE. Wish you did something.
I have to get my hands dirty again.
Although now he does spirit damage, right? Is that what I understand about that? Transformed HP loss suffered and inflicted into SP. Okay. Do you have warmth up? You do. We don't have enough stuff for it. Wealth, I guess it's called. Wait. How are we out of SP? Oh, I see. Already attacking over here. Number of skills matters. This is probably just a wealth here. Any chance you might do something useful in your life? No? Okay.
I have to get my hands dirty again.
Problem is we need burn too, which is actually really good. Maybe not so good versus the shell.
I'm failed.
Okay. Well, I've been continuing Vargas long term. I don't know.
I'm ready.
I'm not done with the game quite yet, but I'm seeing some patterns I don't like in it. Her shell is down.
Such pleasure.
What game are we playing?
Do I want the buff? Problem is to combo this after burn, which is when I need it. I need to go somebody else that does SP damage, which she can't. So we need a 1 SP nuke into that thing into a 1 nuke, which I can't do. It's not. It just doesn't exist. How many rounds is this for? 1. So it's a next turn thing. So this turn we just do what we can. I could use this fucking garbage, I guess. Oh, we just triggered a summon off that? I don't think I was aware I was doing that. I do love that mask. Very powerful. 2! Fucking cheating. Oh my god, that's so much damage all of a sudden. Look at Mary being totally useless again.
I'm ready.
Casual 98.
I have to get my hands dirty again.
Dude, Lilith's damage is getting up there over time too, huh?
Ah, such pleasure.
Is this game a Battle Brothers clone? Oh man. Too bad it's only 1 instance of damage. Chat, do you know if it targets first and then applies, or does it kill then target? Does it attack resolve, target, attack, resolve, target, attack, or resolve, target. In other words, let's say that each of these enemies had exactly 1 hit left from a shadow attack and I had 7 rolls. Does it determine, can one person get hit 7 times there or no?
I'm ready.
No. Okay. We should be fine. Wait, it chooses 1? What does that mean? The end of the turn, inflict 5 times 7 on a random enemy. It's just 1. Oh, fuck. That does change things a lot. Okay, it matters. Annoyingly. So we need multiple instances here, which is actually this girl. I can't cheat SP in. What can I cheat in? Oh, I might get there with relentlessness on somebody else anyway. 3 times 9 to 11, right? Okay. Dude, why aren't you dead? Dude, fucking scam 8 armor over there. That's just 1 instance of attack. Nice. Okay.
It's almost
From now on, you belong to me. A fragment of power
You can
for my disciples.
easy cheat on 0 SP. I don't know what that means. Oh, you mean move their health around? Earn 2 AP every 2 turns. Seems nice. Charge skills not only charge 3 random. Also pretty nice. I mean, that seems like a good skill. We're now 3 Mary only trinkets, and I'm still not using Mary yet. Well, I guess I thought it was 7 random rolls, but it's not. It's a single target that attacks it 7 times, which is slightly different. Yeah. Curse Watch or Sword of Thorns, I think. Let's run Curse Watch. Haven't used this one yet. All right. I mean, this team seems a lot weaker than my last team, mostly because we have Mary. I mean, Mary was in my last team too. I guess I can't blame it entirely on her. Oh, and I should look because we can cheat to which realm we want to go to. Do we want to go to Grim Reaper and get another free level up? Probably. What is it up against? It's up against Sacrificial Altar. Although it is Sacrificial Altar's sack 1 skill, gain 2 skills. Oh, 2 new slots. Fuck, you're right. All right.
I shall reforge the world in my image.
No, I understood what you meant, Patapon, but you're answering a question I wasn't asking because I was misunderstanding the skill. I thought the skill was a dice. It was a 7 attacks at random, but it's not. It's 1 target 7 times. What else can I do here?
It's high time I interfered.
I could teleport again if I want. mind removing the debuffs on my guys, maybe. You know, what debuffs am I running right now? Numb, conceded, migraine. Seems pretty bad. Irrelevant. Okay. Alright, let's talk to the Grim Reaper.
The conductor of souls finally deigns to show himself. Don't make him wait.
Alright, from here, what is this? Ghostly Regrets. Holy shit. It's pretty good. A lot of good skills. Don't have the AP to use anything right now. Does Mary have anything that resembles useful? No. Yes, I'd like that one. Is it time to buy this? What level can I buy it at? I buy it at blue, but I could, at white rather, but I could make it blue immediately. Or purple, I guess. Plus 1 AP, cost 0. Plus 1 AP cadence, can only be used once per turn. Add the same number of AP malice. Ah, so I borrow an AP. That one seems interesting too. 6 to 8. Alright, so I think what I want to do is buy, upgrade. Hope I have space. Do I have space on Lilith? I don't. But I could absolutely get rid of Fire Trail. Level 1.
Simple mortal trinkets.
Yeah. Alright, where do we want to go next? Could go fight. Could go event. Could go clear debuffs. I guess let's go clear debuffs.
What a charming valley. My disciples will have to fix that. There's nothing like the vile waters of the Styx.
It's only one?
To invigorate me.
I mean, we got the one I wanted, so I guess that's good. That's not really worth it at all. But it's okay, Reguloid, to have that kind of effect. If all of the disciples seem overpowered to you and the game is balanced around your characters being individually strong, like, that's fine. What you don't want to have is some characters that are always better than some other characters.
This sacrifice will make one of you more powerful. But who will I choose?
I want stronger evolutions, honestly. All these are quite good. I need extra slots, but I've never given up any of her abilities to get extra slots because all of her abilities are very good. So this probably means it's just time for fucking Mary to give up some shit. What do we have? Mirror Blade, Relentlessness, another Mirror Blade, and Stabbing. Cool. Can reroll secondary activities? That is worth mentioning. How do I do that?
Mortal trinkets. You'd better find a use for them.
One mana, very good for setting up the buffs on our trinket. Well, I assumed it was double power. I meant, what was the interface action that I take to do that? If I get this, I discount the other one to 1 though, so I guess it's as good. Same way I create a portal. Okay, we'll have to try. I want to see the interface for that next time. All right, so fight or random? Let's go random. Roll the dice.
Be on your guard, disciples.
Hey.
Even you are not impervious to the snares of this swamp.
Hey, buddy. Long time no see.
A conductor of souls.
All right, what are we upgrading?
All those innocent souls I harvested will finally be of use.
So you could upgrade Relentlessness to get discounted Relentlessness level 2 times 2, which is pretty good. Could upgrade Nightmare, which has been pretty strong. Could upgrade Fire Trail. What does it do? Applies 3 burn. And what does this do? Reduces the impending attack damage by 6. Repeat the effects if another disciple has just played. Oh, I didn't understand. I was playing this card like it could only be played if I had played a previous by somebody else, but it's just doubles. I see. I guess if I upgrade Relentlessness, it then triggers the next Relentlessness upgrade. No, it doesn't. Let's try upgraded 7 years bad luck.
Choose quickly. Evil will not.
Alright. I wish I could reorder skills on my skill bars. Alright, do we want book event or book event? Take book event, I guess.
The Curs will pay for that.
Yeah. Enhancement is the enhancement is the same of having 3 skills. Yeah, it just moves it up a level. If you're asking what the Grim Reaper does, yes. Sanctuary. Okay. All right. Ruse and occultism. Got 9 ruse and 5 occultism here. Spiritual damage is nice. Max HP and physical damage less good. Stealth, scare, and physical damage useless. So we'll take medium.
Indeed, this is no task for a peasant.
Alright, it's the Gravedigger interaction. We can get money. I kind of need money right now. Oh, you're asking, yeah, I have a trinket that makes that upgrade. Normally what happens is you give the Grim Reaper a skill and you till the next time you see him, you don't get that skill and then he upgrades it for you. But we have a trinket that lets it do it instantly, which makes it really strong.
Scream as loud.
You have to know how to prod destiny in order to remain powerful.
Yeah, you can upgrade skills by getting 3 of the same type, correct. Alright, Old Cemetery. This is a story event, I guess. Okay. To be fair, I'm enjoying the game. I'm just worried about the scaling difficulty.
At the graveyard, where a crypt has been forced open. Inside, dried and bloodless human corpses. A padded coffin. Without doubt, a vampire's lair. The broken objects and the splattered blood bear witness to the fact that he was not taken without a fight. My disciples remount and question the gravedigger. A small company of the Sanctua Lumen did visit the graveyard a while ago, with a huge box covered in unknown symbols. When the soldiers left, the box was moving. Asked by my disciples, the gravedigger says where they came from. A nearby sanctuary.
Well,
Screams of terror. Such sweet music to my ears.
alright. Fight there and a boss fight there. We want the boss fight, but we'll just go through the event, then teleport over, I think. Then hit the Grim Reaper after, and maybe again. So let's do that.
I'm surprised any humans were able to survive the fetish.
Sanctuary. Temptation. Who's good at temptation? 2 for Mary. No surprise. No temptation there. 8 for... What is it? The gray lady? The white lady? Can't remember her name. 9 here. 3 spiritual damage, 4 max spiritual hit points. 3 spiritual damage, 4 max spiritual hit points. They're both really powerful buffs for us. Kind of wish Mary... it looks like you're supposed to spread these out. I can see already that we're getting punished by having one character with super low HP. Yeah, I've never Mary because her stats always suck, right? Like, I will have to pay 10 Diabolic Essence to make her succeed a roll here.
Indeed, this is no task for a peasant.
Alright. Your disciples are drawn towards the wailing of a human. They find a man whose wife and daughter are both accused of witchcraft and executed by the demon hunters. His acrimony is palpable. He should be a choice recruit for your plans. Same character animation for every guy, though. This is the doctors, etc. By stoking the fires of his despair, you could break his soul and take control of it. But White Lady could also push him to seek revenge on the demon hunters. Yep.
Let's get down to business.
Proof.
My power is absolute.
By feeding his rancor. White Lady convinces... This is a word that you read all the fucking time, but you never say out loud. White Lady convinces the human that the demon hunters are the real monsters of the new world. Filled with rabid hate, he swears to track the demon hunters and put an end to their cruelty.
Soon the humans will all bow down before me.
Good.
Finally.
I want to see more.
Really?
Nice.
For me?
You have to know how to prod destiny in order to remain powerful.
Alright. We're going to the boss fight. Probably.
I don't like this situation. Let's cheat.
Scammed by demonic portal. All right. Oh shit! I was gonna try the reroll mechanic, so we could get omnipotence. Spiritual damage on Mary, actually pretty useful here. We're gonna have to pay for this though.
Oh, that looks like fun.
Okay. Half devoured body of a man. Identify the body.
Let's get down to business. The dice were loaded from the start.
Okay. His belongings have been purified.
Really? It's for me.
Destroy the corpse and all of its possessions.
Fear my
Cool.
rage. Souls rotten.
Really? It's for me.
Nice. So we got 2 upgrades on her. Should be really powerful. It's going to up her spiritual damage a lot. Maybe she's going to go from useless to a fucking machine. We'll see. All right.
Bow before your queen.
Is this the fanatic fight? This is the guy who cannot be killed? Yes, it is. Alright, I think the problem with this fight, and we might just lose here, is I can't protect Mary. The second they AoE physical damage, Mary just dies. Where did our mirror go? Up there? So many status effects. Alright, mirrors on there. Worship. Immunity from the loss of HP and SP. Okay, so they literally can't do anything. So we have to break the Fanatic's bubble before attacking anybody else every turn. So how do we do physical damage here? Gust of Wind does physical damage.
What game are we playing?
So we specifically took Mirror Blade for this. And Mirror Blade does actually target Fanatic, so this is probably doable.
Get my hands dirty again.
Okay. So we might actually be set up to succeed for once, which is kind of nice. All right. So we want to get rough goals buff every round. We need to reset this. We have to do physical damage. How much is this doing right now? 7 to 11, which isn't very much. And this is doing 22 to 24, 26 rather. So we probably need to mirror this guy. Maybe it's a next turn mirror though, since we have to do it to reset this ability anyways. I can also not do shit. Okay. I wish we just hit that mirror and not had to have done this, but
You're going to love it.
Do you have a 1 attack? Yeah, you do.
I'll be done with you in one mouth.
Dude, where's my... Yeah, I was gonna say, where's my bonus? There it is. Okay. Split Spirit's unbeatable. We have to steal that, right? I didn't apply that to them. They cast it on him. I'm gonna have to steal that buff, annoyingly. Where's the damage? Everywhere. This damage is going to the right spot anyway, so we don't need to cast that spell. Although we could. So, it's the upside. I refreshed the wings. Not really that excited by that. What's the debuff right now? Minus 10 SP damage. It's kind of annoying. So we just have to take the buff, right? I don't have any buff clears. So this is devil mode.
You want something done right.
Transform the HP loss suffered and inflicted into SP. This actually be decent. Oh, but and inflicted is no good. So this has to be on the white lady, unfortunately.
The limit to my power is my imagination.
Alright. Looks like mirror can only be on one target at a time. Why did I get refreshed skills? Ah, we recharge 1 random skill per turn on Mary. This is just Mirror Blade again. Okay.
You're going to love it.
5 left here.
I have to get my hand.
I would like to cast this buff up, which is 2. So we're only gonna have 3 here. Well, this fight's a lot easier when I know it's coming, which is part of why the first run is so stupid for this fight, because you're just like, oh, I see. This could very easily be a nightmare here. Okay. Where's the debuff? Oh, there it is, minus 10 on him. And I should have discounted conclusion right there. Alright, the attacks are going where I want them to anyways. Not quite, actually. That will kill Mary. So this needs to be a Demon's Mark. With a taunt. I think we're killing Fanatics, so it might not be irrelevant, but let's assume we have to do that. Alright, we refreshed. We did not refresh Mirror Blade, unfortunately. We refreshed 7 years bad luck. We need to do physical here, but it's not a law. We could probably just do it with, this costs me 0. Why 0? I know the minus 1. Reduce by 1 the cost of skills owned in duplicate. Yeah, but we only have 2 of these, right? I don't understand why these are 0. Also, guy's got fucking 6 armor out of nowhere. It applies every turn. Oh, it's a permanent reduction? Oh, that's interesting. Thank you, Larwin. I didn't know that. Alright, problem is this HP buff is an actual fucking thing. So what is this doing? 9 to 11 twice. Actually, we're fine. What is this one doing? 7 to 9 4 times. Does that even get there? Does he also have shell, or is this shell that's Aegis? So I could strip Aegis, take a little bit HP loss for it. Or we could try to do it this way, which is 1 to 3 4 times. The problem is even a high roll doesn't get there on that one. So I'm either going to have to refresh using Mirror, which is kind of expensive. Or I can just grab Aegis and then kill him with this. I think we're grabbing Aegis.
You want something done right, do it yourself. The devil is in.
Dude, what? Why did he get wall? I didn't want to swap the buffs. Excuse me? What, did I just do that? Or is that just part of how that ability works? You can only have one blue buff at a time. Alright, I don't know if it matters. I mean, it kind of matters. But if I look at this, this is now doing 3 to 4.5. 3.5 to 4.5. So 3 4 times is, yeah, this kills him. Okay. That's our start.
You're going to love it.
Now we need psychic damage. Be nice to single target it because these guys are currently immune and they won't be in a second. Burn is psychic, right? This number is the actual number, right? Yes. So we'll do 20 to 28, which is fine. We also have
Dirty again.
anything cheaper. 12 to 14. Sometimes, but not always gets there. Mary might have something. This has been discounted, right? That should do it. Dude, he's back again? I feel like I've killed this guy so many fucking times. He is dead to... If we hit him again, he's dead to depression, right? Dude, didn't that hit 2 targets, or was just the animation kind of in the middle?
I have to get my hands dirty again. What game are we playing?
I'm ready.
I guess I don't need to taunt. I could take the refresh. You buffed again here.
Such pleasure.
Depression replaced by burn. I did not remember the replacement effects. Do I get these mid-turn? I do get the mid-turn.
to
Interesting.
alive.
Well, her multi-attacks get better with some skilling damage, don't they?
Couldn't have ended any other way.
Mary won the Fnatic fight. Justice for Mary. Well, we put a health dealing skill on one character because I knew the Fnatic fight existed. End of each turn, inflict 5 SP on the enemy with least SP. Repeat this effect as many times as charges, plus 1 charge per skill, inflicting physical damage in the disciple's inventory. For each combat, the first... I think this is no good with, what's her face? This seems okay. All right, we get we'd like another terror effect. What's the stuff coming up in here? Each relic has a 10 to 70% discount. It's kind of nice. I think we're just going up. I'm stuck on mushrooms. Yeah.
No one stands against the Prince of Hell.
All right, what do you got for me, buddy?
The conductor of souls finally deigns to show
Wait,
himself.
we can roll between
Don't
minus
make him wait.
10% and minus 70% on trinket cost, and we rolled minus 10, minus 18, minus 25. A bit of a scam. Okay, I don't want any of those trinkets anyway, so I guess I don't care. None of these are upgrading, apparently. What do I want to upgrade? I would like to upgrade one of her skills. I could throw out one of these gusts of winds, but I was really hoping to... Wait, I don't open these here. This is not the place. Never mind. I could get a level 3 gust of wind, I guess, but then I don't get the discount. We get level 3 impending, or consuming flames. Kind of a nice debuff. Do I want any of the other this shit? Poltergeist seems like exactly like 4 of her other abilities. Who else could get upgrades? We could upgrade 7 years bad luck to be the next level of that. Does it tell me what it does, the next level of that? Wait, that is level 3 apparently. So we have Relentlessness 1, Relentlessness 1, Relentlessness 2, Mirror Blade 3, Mirror Blade 1. We could bring Relentlessness to 3. Or we could bring this to 2. Bring that to 2. Bring that to 3. Bring that to 3. I mean, Nightmare 3 is okay. So we have a spot on the White Lady and a spot on Mary. That's the White Lady. This is Mary. Do we want Wicked Cast upgraded? No. Inflict 1 to 2 times 15 SP. That seems okay. Apply a clumsiness. Thing is, Mary wants to have less skills that we use more regularly with that trinket she has. This is not cheap either. It's 100 to do that. What was the other option? White Lady has a spot. That works really well with Burn. Hits a bunch of times. Poltergeist. Graded Shard of Psyche. Yeah. That's the one we're looking at. I think that's the best skill. If I didn't have the trinket, this would be a for sure do this. It might still be a for sure do this. Sure.
I am pleased with these.
Yeah. Alright, so where are we headed next? We are here. We have two options, one of which gives us a terror effect, one doesn't. Wait. No, we're here. Neither of which gives a terror effect. Random event or Grim Reaper again. Kinda wanna do Grim Reaper again. Yoink!
I shall reforge the world in my image. My power is absolute.
Okay. Any secondary activity? Nope. Hey, buddy.
The conductor of souls finally deigns to show himself. Don't make him wait.
Alright, so we can get steals, beatings. We gotta look at which ones we were looking to upgrade again. I keep waiting. There it is. No, that's wealth. There's sadism. And fire trail. We don't have multiple fire trails, right? We just have one right now on her. Yeah. So I don't know if there's anything we want to buy here. We might just be upgrading again. I have a dread. Dread at 0 is kind of nice. Oh, I don't have 20. Oh no! Fuck, I just messed it up. Alright, that feels bad. Didn't calculate for the fact that I had to pay for this. Alright, well, I just bought a skill I didn't want because I thought I was going to get it at the next level where it'd be 0. Alright. No mistakes here. Perfect play. What can I say? Alright, so where are we headed next? Fountain? Fountain.
The waters of the Styx offer invincibility. I need more. Now the
Oh, this is the pre-boss fight one that gives me full. I always forget about that. Could I have opened a portal first if I wanted to? But I mean, there's only one more spot, right? It's just the boss fight.
The sanctuary where Gabriel has gone to ground is heavily guarded. As soon as my disciples draw near to it, the voice of the Hydra can be heard, loud and clear in their minds. It is calling them. The disciples find the lifeless body of a vampire, poisoned by the venom of the Hydra. And so, the Sanctua Lumen has tested its preparation on a creature of the night. But it is more important to kill Gabriel and to recover the head of the Hydra.
It's the second time I've caught the narrator reading something different than that's on the book. This says urgent. They said important. I don't know why. It's not particularly off-putting or anything. It's just kind of weird.
Your power is an illusion, Gabriel. You can't fool the King of Lies. I will break you.
Alright. Each time an enemy suffers damage, they earn -2 damage suffered during the turn. Got mirror there.
I have to get my hands dirty again.
We want to cast... Already being attacked by both them. We want to cast all the spells, of course. Clumsiness is -10. Wait, why isn't he clumsy then? Oh, it's just HP skills. Let's see. Alright, so there's our buff for the turn. I think it's only once per turn, right? The end of each turn, inflict SP damage on the enemy with the least SP. Repeat the skills many times as charges. We do it 4 times. Okay. And then this is the one. No. Each time 3 disciplines play in a turn. Each time. Okay, we can do it multiple times then. Definitely want to Consuming Flames here. No, not Consuming Flames. The other one. Gust of Wind here. Mary's got a 0 coster too, right? It's 1 right now. So that's 0, 1. Leaves us 2. Could exhaust this guy. Exhaust. Wait, exhaust is an AoE. I don't actually want to do that. Could dread here, I suppose. Not super excited about these buffs. It's just this turn though. Okay, so that's at least reasonable. Alright, so we use a 1 mana here or a 1 is fine. Fuck! Forgot. What does this do? Spirit Split is a maneuver. I don't mind Spirit Splitting this guy. Okay. So what do we get back? We got back the shitty one, Relentlessness. Although it's almost at 0, so it gets better. This guy is doing spirit damage as an AoE. That's not really okay. If you could stop doing that as an AoE, that'd be better. Alright, so we've got about 2 turns before Bloody Mary screws us. She does have a steal, I think. I can steal SP here, in which case the spirit damage is alright. It applies twice. We are going to get it all. Do we need to taunt here? Yeah, we do. Okay. We can get a pretty decent 2 times 13. Not that great. It's okay.
I have to get my hands
I don't mind a
dirty again.
debuff here. Exhaustion seems reasonable. Deals it to everybody, so it's gonna debuff our damage. We should do damage first if we can.
Are we playing?
Yeah, I could just dump on this guy too. Killing this thing is relevant. Oh, he is the mirror. Okay. Probably would have done the boss there. It's okay though. Alright, exhaustion is the second to last thing we want to do for 2. So we've got 2 left. I kind of want to burn here. Burn there seems good. So then it's 2, 2, 0. Zero's the nuke. We've got 2 here. So we have 1 left. I don't have any 1 attacks there. Got 1 there. Okay. Pretty good round. Alright, they've decided to take a turn off for no reason, which is great by me. Don't need to taunt, although he wouldn't mind stuff back. He's still burning for this round. He's lost his spirit debuff, which we are going to want to reset. We can reset it next turn, I suppose. So, multi-attack should be done up front. We could 7 years bad luck. It's not terrible here. We probably want to do it last.
I have to get my hands dirty again.
Maybe it's Decadence after 7 years bad luck. Because I do want to do this. Yeah. He doesn't have second status on him because it was the same type. We lost burn. I mean, that's fine, I guess.
Mirror, mirror, who shall die tonight?
Why are my fucking skills not refreshed, bro? I just cast Mirror. Mirror refreshes my skills. Oh, it's mana cost. Okay.
I'm ready.
After using a skill, the holder suffers 5 to 8 per damage application. So we're taking a bunch of... Is that any skill? It doesn't say damage skill, so I assume it's any. That's a lot of damage. I don't think we can shut that off either. We can debuff the living shit out of him, though. Do we want to taunt here?
I'm ready.
We really don't. We don't want to take the extra damage off bleed. Okay. I could move this onto one of them. It's the last boss and we're at 80 HP. What's this -4 shit? Alright, unstable. +4 damage suffered by their enemies. Okay. Each time an enemy suffers damage, randomize the damage of their next attack.
I have to get my hands dirty again.
Oh, we're taunted on that guy. Chat, I'm not sure how we went from 7 times 3 having it to 6 times 3. But it feels like that's not really how math works, in my opinion. The fact that I have to say "in my opinion" makes that kind of weird too. This math is not really opinionated. Oh, I can't cast this because he's randomized the cost of my skills. Thanks, bro.
What game are we playing?
Why did his number just go down? Based on what? I mean, something just happened there, but about a third of the time I'm like, what the fuck just happened?
What game are we playing?
Still bleeding? Still bleeding. Well, I can cause damage to myself with this skill and try to reset this cost so it's not 3. Still 3.
I have to get my hands dirty again.
That's some serious dot damage going on over there. Alright, a bunch of shit fucking happened. God alone knows what. Cannot receive any status. He's taking less SP burn per turn. But he's preparing to rally. So I got 119 left. He's got 6 on there. I could steal it, but I'm trying to see what happens if there's any difference between finishing at full health or not.
What game are we playing?
No longer cursed, so we might as well set our fucking stuff back, right? Currently 5. Alright, so we can basically only cast Gust of Winds on her. Oh, and he's got the fucking armor buff again, annoyingly. Gets the summon off. What a bastard. All right, fine. You attacking, Lilith? You can actually recharge individual skills for devil points. I did not know that. The cheating mechanic seems super fun, but I am trying to finish this one with full health and see if it does anything. But it does feel, by and large, like nothing really matters. It's all too easy.
Get my hands dirty again. Say hello to my 13 husbands. What game are we playing?
All right, MVP, let's go.
What game are we playing?
Gabriel is dead. The Hydra has returned to hell. Will the body regenerate from its eternal head? Time alone will tell.
Oh no, we're leveling up Bloody Mary twice as fast as every other character. I mean, her multi-attacks seem like they're going to scale nicely if we can figure out how to get plus damage. She was flexible in the end, although not flexible early. Alright. Unlock skills and relics. Thank God for more relics.
A new addition to my collection. A new addition to my collection.
Alright, and what is this? Achievements. Kill an adversary has more than half of their HP with a single skill of Lilith. End a chapter having completed each zone at least once. Each type of zone, I see. Put on 50 mass. Complete 15 different events. Finish Hydra. 10 sacrificial altars. We did not get anything for finishing with full health, so we won't bother again. Alright, so initial thoughts after 2 runs. I'm kind of enjoying it. It's pretty fun. It's not yet repetitive. It's a bit easy. I don't know if that's going to get any different. I mean, these are apparently, like, the run is like 5 chapters long. So I guess technically the rest of the chapter could get harder. Or the rest of the chapters. There's no difficulty setting. The difficulty auto scales. See the difficulty up here? Scales based on how far into the run you are.
The lantern of Charon adorns the prow of the boat piloted by the ferryman of Hades. But far from lighting the shores of my realm, this artifact allows me, in fact, to control death. When they encounter it, skeletons arise to dance, and ghosts return to haunt the living. Having disappeared since the Great Hunt, the Lantern of Charon must be returned to me without delay. My disciples leave for a fountain of the river Styx, the last place it was seen.
Alright, what do we want to run? So Lilith seemed quite strong. Her passive damage scaling was really nice. We didn't unlock any new disciples this run, which is kind of wild. I thought we would for sure. So, she seemed powerful, but kind of one-dimensional. He seems the weakest to me. He and I would never want to bring these two in the same mission, I don't think. I didn't like Lilith's taunt that much. It wasn't like a thing I chose to use. It was basically just used it every single turn. But maybe we try Lilith again. Not sure why this is red. It's the character I'm selecting of. Yeah. He's from the same group again, honestly. This game has a similar mechanic. Health and will. Yeah, kind of. It's got sanity points and health points, or some version of that. Spiritual points or something like that. So yes, you have. It's closer to probably not Darkest Dungeon. Darkest Dungeon didn't behave this way. It's closer to Icarus, right? Which is if you can kill an opponent one of two ways, by depleting their health or depleting their sanity. Or spiritual, or I think it's called spirit in this game. Yeah, sorry, I said Icarus and meant Eratus, exactly. Thank you. I mean, we could try this again, see if we can make Mary a little bit better. It's just the same team. That seems okay. Different trinkets, maybe. Let's just bring the same team again. Alright. I need a quick break, chat, and we'll get going. Guess I can let him read to you.
My disciples visit the Fountain of the Styx in order to explore the riverbank. They leave the place empty-handed and return to Earth. Suddenly, the echoes of fighting and the stink of humanity drift our way. We come across an interesting spectacle. A Dhampir engaged in a fight to the death with soldiers of the Sanctualumen. My disciples come to her aid. When all the humans are dead, the woman begs us to take her into our service. Clearly, she knows who is guiding this expedition. Her name is Carmelia, and she knows the surrounding area well. She arranges to meet us in an inn.
All right.
I defile, I corrupt, I pervert.
Meet up with Carmelia in the inn. Here we are. 3 options. Fight, fight, fight. The reason to do it is extra 30% chance to pass the test, which is basically HP, or 60 souls. We want to hit this elite early. So we probably want to go right here. It's fine. I wonder if they start with random skills or if it's always the same starting skills.
Worthy of my presence.
Abandoned Shack. Terror effect, skill, souls. Do like the relics. Chance to obtain wicked level skills, 1 chance out of 4. Is Wicked the top tier or the medium tier skill, chat? Actually, this had a lot of unique mechanics so far. Wow. The difficulty's not scaling very well, but the writing seems good. The voice acting is good. The mechanics have been pretty different. I've been enjoying this a lot. Medium? Okay. I'm going to go for one of the scaling. I don't like to take Terror until I have the relic that gives me souls for it, because souls are super useful. I'm going to take souls. I'm definitely be taking an early access look at Darkest Dungeon. I don't think I'm going to be getting any sort of before that, although maybe. Yeah, I like the cheating mechanic too. It's cool.
What game are we playing?
Looks like we start with the same shit skills.
I have to get my hands dirty again.
So this guy is taunting us at 31. This guy is AoEing there. It's fine, I guess.
I'm ready.
Alright, conclusion is quite good. I'm not super keen on warmth. Burn's okay. So we want to conclude at 1. It's 2 for this. Don't want to do physical damage to this guy. So literally she's going to be useless for I don't know even how long. Reduce the end pending attack by 2. Can't attack that guy. He's taunted. So if I want to buff, I really don't. Three left. 4 left. So it's wealth, mask, and nuke, right?
I hope you're not in a hurry. I no one can resist.
Silence, don't know the status effect. Cannot inflict the status, okay. So I can't inflict burn, which is the attack I'd like to make most.
Game are we playing? I'm bathed in opulence.
Don't really have a lot of starting attacks that do drains.
I'm ready.
Conclusions in 1. Debuff this. What's the point?
I have to get my hands dirty again.
No one can resist.
Every time the holder receives a status, it's also applied to the combatant who applied it. I see. Silenced again. So not a lot of point. We don't have any. Could burn here. In conclusion.
I'm bathed.
Those humans didn't have a chance. scream as loud.
Okay. First fight. Heading up the right side. There's only one side we can go from here, so makes that easy. Alright, no secondary effects. And 30% chance of passing tests is nice for my essence points. Alright, we have to do stealth. Looking at the benefits, looks like max HP, max spiritual, physical, and spiritual damage, all pretty good. She can gain ruse and stealth, and max HP, also good. I think we're going to go for talented here.
Indeed, this is no task for a peasant.
Okay. Disciples discover a sanctuary that shows every side of being abandoned. The walls are crumbling, the doors are rotting off, and the paths are overrun with thistles. When they sneak inside to look, they discover Sancta Lumen agents attempting to purify a strange something relic. You must get your hands on it before the mortals ruin its power. Okay. They don't even notice the white lady slips up behind them and stabs them in the back. Okay.
A lady never fails.
She slips behind the mortals like a cat and pierces their heart with expert precision. The lifeless bodies fall to her feet, leaving the coast clear to steal the relic. Sadly, they find it sitting in a bath of holy water. Its occult power is intact, but the white lady can't grab it without plunging her hand into the basin. She should be able to absorb a fraction of its power without touching it, but the relic would become a worthless trinket. What should she do? Fish the relic out of the sacred bath. Huh. Don't know. Plunge your hand into it, which burns her skin. It's a true relic. It should be useful.
To think that such a powerful relic was hidden in this rat hole.
Get pentacle to begin with. This one doesn't seem very good. Beginning of each combat, reduce the cost of a random skill by the holder by 1. Play this effect as many times as charges. Each time the holder passes a social test plus 1 charge. That doesn't seem very good either. Take pentacle. Okay.
I'm too old for this nonsense.
Minus 8 max HP. Okay.
There's nothing like it to rekindle
She gained
my
2 stealth
flame.
from reacting and 2 physical damage.
You have to know
She
how
gained
to
5
prod
max HP and lost
destiny
8,
in
but
order
gained
to
stealth
remain
and max.
powerful.
That's an extra interaction too. So it's an inhibition.
You
That's
have
what
to
she
know
got from
how
this.
to
Okay, so
prod
we came out ahead there.
destiny in order to remain powerful.
Is that a permanent debuff on her? Like it can be removed? Oh, it can be removed. Yeah, it's good. Good outcomes. Okay. Alright, heading up. We're there. We probably want to head towards the elite combat for better rewards. We could jump to the Sacrificial Altar if we wanted to. That seems actually good to do this early. Better than a random fight.
If you want something done right, do it yourself. Reality is...
So open a portal. Okay. Alright, hey, extra thing too. Cool. Alright, this is the Sacrificial Altar,
When I give,
where we give up
I
skills.
get.
We want to get rid of some of these weak damaging skills, like stabbing's quite bad. Lilith's abilities are all pretty good to start with. It's tough to want to give those up, but we do want to get extra skill slots on her. Could give up first fire trail. Yeah, let's do this early. We're about to take a boss fight without fire trail though. Are we okay with that? You will not be able to obtain this skill again. What does this last line here, chat, mean? Because that's definitely not been true. We've definitely got the skill again and again and again. Anyone actually know? Oh, won't show up in skill selection. Skill selection when? From rewards, or from the Grim Reaper, or from the altars, or all three? Show up in shops and in triples. So I could get a level 2 version of this. I just can't get a level 1 fire trail again. Off of skill rewards. Alright.
With that, the humans will finally submit to my yoke.
So these are all level 1 skills we pick up. We already have a conclusion, although this is a discount. Pick up clumsiness, which is fine. Pick up second warmth. It's not yet third warmth. Let's try to pay attention to that, see if we ever find burn again. See, the thing is, I would like another skill here, but I don't really... This skill doesn't seem particularly good to me. It seems overpriced for what I'm doing with this. It is a physical debuff, which is okay, I guess. But I wouldn't mind upgrading this. Upgrades to... I mean, the upgrades aren't that good either, though. Because really the best part of this is wall, not warmth. Do we even care about upgrading this? The warmth part is just SP healing. I think we take Pernicious Fantasy here. Okay. Never found Mary's damage reduction skill again. That's probably true, actually. Alright, I wanted to see how to reroll this. So if I go to double mode.
Like this situation. Let's change
there it is. 3 to reroll. Now, I think I actually want this. This is a skill event, right? So I think we'd rather take the skill event than reroll, but it's interesting that it could have been. Sadism's great as a finisher, but her finisher, Sadism is a cheaper version of her existing finisher. So it's doing a very similar thing. It just cost me 0 instead of 1, and it doesn't scale as high on damage, so I'm okay without it. Alright, the event requires occultism to pass. We don't actually have a lot of occultism on the team. We got 4 on 1 physical damage, not useful. 3 spiritual damage, very useful. 3 scare, 1 spiritual damage, 4 max HP, also quite useful. I think we're going to do this on Mary, though.
Oh, that looks like fun.
Alright, Charlatan's Stand. I think they sensed a real relic mixed in among the useless ones. Identify the nature of his wares. We're going to pay for this.
It's high time I interfered.
Ouch.
My power is absolute.
Okay. Identifies the relic but refuses to touch it. It's a sacred object filled with the powers of light. Aren't you vigorous like that? So, reaction, we gained occultism, max HP, and max spiritual. This is really good for Lilith as the tank. Alright. Eyes the charlatan's trinkets with interest. We can examine it, destroy it, or curse it. Let's destroy it. Okay.
The people fear me once
Cause the
again.
terror effect by destroying
That is how
it.
it should be.
And we'll presumably get the results of having done that. Excellent.
It's for me.
Alright. So starting to build for multi-attack spirit damage on Mary this time, so maybe she won't be quite as useless. Here I don't actually wish to go to the Styx Fountain. I want to take the boss fight for max greed. It does deny me a Grim Reaper roll, but the Grim Reaper isn't super useful at the moment for us. So I think that's okay. So I think we're going to teleport again.
I don't like this situation. Let's change it.
Let's go to the elite combat.
The only limit to my power is my imagination.
All right. I mean, that's fun. Like, take the normal branching path mechanic of Slay the Spire, and add the ability to cheat the path. It's really cool, right? It's just a neat way of adding something to a game. It takes an existing mechanic and makes it more interesting. That's cool. I like to see that kind of innovation in games. All right, we have double elite combats. When we have double elite combats in the same location, we should definitely fight the one that we have to fight first, just in case it beats us, or rather leaves us too low to fight the other one.
Bow before your queen.
All right, what are they doing? Attacking people with spirit damage. We definitely want to taunt here. Since Lilith has spirit regeneration, which seems good, we're probably going to cast wealth here. I mean, we could physically kill the Hierophant. He's only got 20 health. Mary could do that.
I have to get my hands dirty again.
So we want to finish with the conclusion, obviously, and we're probably casting wealth, right? All right, so let's just do this now.
What game are we playing?
So we're gonna have 2 AP to work with here. 14 in there is okay. This is 10 to 14. This is 9 to 14. Okay.
It's all
Alright, what's this guy doing? He's taunted. It's kind of annoying. What's Migraine do? Minus 10 SP damage. Let's reset our skills. I mean, we can kill this guy with an AoE. The taunt won't protect him, so that's okay. This guy does additional damage for being focused. I could steal his taunt. We do actually need to do damage to the Sinistra. I mean, this ignores taunt. No, it doesn't. Taunt takes precedence over that, right?
I have to get my hands dirty again.
And could this could just be mirror. I could mirror onto this guy, or this girl too. But it's just physical damage is the problem. I mean, we might be able to do that with physical damage. Mary's gonna be bad versus her though, right? So it could be mirror here, stab.
I'm ready.
I don't know why it says only +2 here. It doesn't account for her basic stat points. Can I see into the characters right now or no? Can't. How long is this debuff for? 1 turn. I feel like I might just have to steal the taunt. What happens if 2 of my guys have provocation up at the same time?
Let's get down to business.
Because I can't do it here, it will swap them. We learned. It replaces the other taunt? Really? I guess that's pretty irritating.
The dice were loaded from the start.
Alright, so we ignore his taunt now, or rather we steal his taunt buff. Never had 2 taunts up. It says they're attacking both when I hover them. Oh, these are both AoEs. It's actually irrelevant, but okay, it's fine. This guy's gonna die, so we're not worried about him. We want to do damage in there. Probably should be psychic damage. We are going to conclusion, although conclusion will not do psychic damage this time. 7 to 9, so maybe it is physical damage there.
Mirror, mirror, who shall die tonight?
I can't target with this girl. Fuck! Alright, not exactly intended there. Kind of forgot that I can't attack whoever I want with her. This guy's got to die first. We're going to kill him in the AoE, so we don't want to do that first. Awkward. That's so awkward.
No one can resist me.
Okay. So what's happening here? So we probably want to throw up a taunt here.
I'm ready.
Doing 20.
Ah, such pleasure.
Looks like it's just the last taunt. We're gonna kill this physically, I think. I believe the conclusion should kill it. Definitely should. Although I don't know if we want to conclude versus Tortured Soul or not. We might not want to. Definitely want it to die. So maybe this is warmth. Or wealth, rather, into a nuke there.
No one can resist me.
Alright. So how are we killing this thing? 80 health. Exhaustion's a pretty good one for them. This is mana nuking. Or SP nuking. We can keep doing that. Each time the holder suffers damage, which includes both. We got a taunt here. So we need our abilities back.
Pleasure.
That's the one we want right there. Pernicious Fantasy. That did SP damage, right? Yeah. So you're gonna be useless, huh? Dude, we're gonna buff the shit out of this thing, huh? I think I like 0 damage here.
I have to get my hands dirty again.
Maybe 2 is okay. 6 to 8 versus 5 to 7. This one resets next turn.
I'll be done with you in one.
I think gonna turn off the buff is nice. Well, might not be nice when we see the buff, but
I have to get my hands dirty again.
I'm ready. Ah, such pleasure.
shield buff is pretty annoying here. 64 is clearly too much. Can exhaustion. The one we're probably looking to do is clumsiness. So then it's 6 4s. 6 4s is still quite a bit. So what if we cast both these? So then it's 3 4s. Which is still 12. We go to 0, but we're not dead. I guess next turn we can try to burst through the shell. We have one that we'd like to do. Oh, it will buff it because of the finishing off mask. So actually it will still be too much. We could steal his shield, I guess.
Let's get down to business. I am irritable.
Wall replaces this effect though. Shit. How much is that? 4? If we bring him to 8, that's the same as wall. Except it's not. He's getting a buff there. That was a mistake. Didn't do anything.
Mirror, mirror, who shall die tonight?
Okay. Be really nice to kill on this turn. 32. Still attacking here? Yes. Alright, 32. No shields going on. Double mirror bonus, but this is only physical damage, so it's probably not relevant. Although, if we did do it, he's not getting any shield generation that I'm aware of. So we could hit him for... This is 10 minimum twice. So this is 20. And another 18. So get him for 38 physical, plus a finisher. The finisher is 8. 38 is 46. It's actually really close. Not quite there. Alright, now we've got 7, so he's actually at 25. 25 is 9.
I'm ready.
18. That's only... Yeah, we got him. Okay.
I have to get my hands dirty again.
Ah, we don't have him. Shit. Because... we have to actually kill him. So we have to reduce this to 0 first. 6 to 8. 5 to 7. So we do want to do this one. So this minimum is 6. So you have to take 8. So their intervals of 4, right? Yeah. Yeah, this guy was tough.
If you want something done right, do it yourself. The only limit to my power is my imagination. These relics will only make our conquest more bloody. Perfect.
All combatants. Does this include enemy combatants, chat? Since it doesn't say disciples. There's no way I'm giving enemies who have multi-attacks plus SP. Alright. Now, I'm not sure if we should be taking another elite fight. I don't know how. I don't know the number of different elites we could be facing, but I could re-roll this secondary thing. But another trinket could be okay. When's our next heal? Quite a ways out. We're not doing it, right?
Who shall be the first to receive my praise?
I have to get my hands dirty again.
They're HP protected. Go.
I'm ready.
No, I was having fun with you.
Oh, is that a heal for everybody? Fuck, it might be. Got silenced. So we can't apply taunt then.
Ready.
Huh. Kind of annoying, actually. Alright, so we need to do some damage there. Do we have any AoEs up? Not here. Do we have any AoEs up here? Maybe we could debuff, I guess. Could reset skills. This plus the AoE kill it. That leaves us 2. 2 gives us whatever the fuck we want. Or probably don't care about that. Don't really care about that. Alright, so it's here. Then it's here. Then it's there. That's a drain. So doing SP damage there doesn't matter.
What game are we playing?
Could try to reduce the physical damage. I'm not sure if it matters.
No one can resist.
Okay. Healing, buffing, so we want to kill this. Refresh our skills. Thing's at 12 health. We could just fucking kill it physically, I suppose. Oh, yeah, the finisher, right? Low rolled there, unfortunately.
I'm ready. No one can resist.
Plus physical damage in an AoE is real rough.
I'm ready.
I have to get my hands dirty
I'm
again.
gonna zero both of these. Looks like Exhaustion is pretty good here. Clumsiness is the same as exhaustion here, it's just slightly better. If I apply them both, it takes the more recent one, right? Healing again.
I have to get my hands dirty again. I'm bathed.
Alright, we need to prevent that from killing anyone. Alright, minus 10 seems pretty good here. So we open possession. Fantasy. Nuke. Nice, didn't low roll, so we don't have to take another hit. Okay. Easier fight than the other guy for sure.
These relics will only make our conquest more bloody. Perfect.
That's interesting. Lowest recharge can out-target any disciple. The free recharge of skills is super nice, but it will apply a provoke, presumably. Split personalities, double masking, which is pretty good for her too. That does not seem good. I mean, it seems like you can maybe combo into it, but playing 4 skills in a turn is a lot of skills. This is probably the most consistent one. This is an interesting one, but until we upgrade her recharge, there is an ability to upgrade the recharge, but I'm not sure the ring before that's any good. I think we're going to run split personality again. Alright, so we got the double elites, cost us some life total. Huh. What's the teleport cost?
Let's get down to business.
6. So we could hit the Grim Reaper for free, since we could hop back through. So we get 10 essence and max essence off this Grim Reaper, and we have some cash. We'd like some skills in early Grim Reapers. Actually seems pretty good. Alright.
I shall reforge the world in my image. My power is absolute.
How we doing, chat? Enjoying the game? Just Reaper, no secondaries it looks like. Wait, unless that's a secondary. It's not. Alright. Let's talk to the Grim Reaper. What you got for me, buddy?
Ah, a conductor of souls. All those innocent souls I harvested will finally be of use.
Double the levels of the White Lady's mass. Each time you sacrifice a skill, you earn 80 souls. Okay. So walking gotten less tedious. You don't notice it after just a little bit. It was just very bizarre for this type of game to do walking. I would like to upgrade. Ooh, we have double gusts of wind here. For 80 we can get, this is 85. So we could get gust of wind to 2. And then also mess with the Grim Reaper skills. What's Mary got? There's Relentlessness, which is one of the ones we've been looking for as well. I can do that for 50. Leaves me 40-ish. 59, I guess. What can I do with 59 that I care about? Buy the second part of the mask. Double mask sticks with double effects seems no-brainer. I'm not sure this doesn't doing that though. This says it doubles the levels of the White Lady's mask. The mask we can level up the mask without a trinket, and then I don't know what the hell happens. Like, I don't think it goes past max level. I don't know that. It might go past max level. I mean, we are about to hit a Sacrificial Altar too. We're pretty early on the run. We could take this one, the Dreamcatcher. Doesn't change up any of this stuff, annoyingly. Level 7 to level 14 is the level of the status effect, not the skill. Let's try to figure that out. See if the tooltips give us help here. So we have Torment. Put on a mask, level 7, which triggers 1 time. Put on the Mask of Torment, level 7, triggers 2 times. Trigger the Mask of Torment, level 7, triggers 3 times. I see. So we are really going to want that trinket then. Because it's going to bring it to level 14. Alright. We'll just take that straight up then. Alright, 51. We probably also want to... We could do 30 and 31. And then still get doubling. I don't want this ability. I actually do want Relentlessness. So here it's tempting to buy the mask. But what if we took Relentlessness and dropped it in here? That's so expensive. This one is expensive, but not ridiculous. All right. Lots of things we wanted there, which is nice. Book chapter time. One of that Dreamcatcher. I think that's an interesting one.
I sense many souls here. I must have them all. The inn where Carmelia arranged to meet is very busy. The inebriated humans pay no attention to my disciples.
Hey, I want to be inebriated.
She explains that in the region, numerous persons are rising from the dead, which has caused the site to illumine to increase its presence. My disciples, like me, think that these undead might be due to the power of the Lantern of Charon. Carmelia knows no more than that because, being half mortal, she can neither speak to the dead nor hear them. Through my disciples, I promise eternity to her if she leads us to these undead. Carmelia agrees and arranges to meet at Lake Calamnia.
Fear my rage.
Okay. So I would like to go back to the Reaper, and I also would like to trigger some essence because we're a bit low on soul essence. So I think this is that one, right? This one gives us 60 souls for going there. Yeah, so we want to go right here. Go straight then right, I suppose. No secondary here. Okay. This game about? Are you asking for plot or gameplay?
This sacrifice will make one of you more powerful, but who will I choose?
So we did Lilith early, which was nice. I don't want to sack these again. White Lady could get rid of some of this garbage too. Although currently these are pretty solid. Gameplay, it's a roguelike in the same sense of Slay the Spire, where you choose a path. Combat's closer to, it's not a card-based combat game though, it's a character-based combat game. I've heard, I think there was a kind of halfway joking comment that it's a cross between Darkest Dungeon and Slay the Spire. I don't really get a lot of Darkest Dungeon out of it. There's not like positional attacks. All the attacks hit all the other attacks. It's like Slay the Spire meets a turn-based tactics game, kind of. It's kind of fun right now. I'm enjoying it. The writing's good. The atmosphere is fun. I don't mind getting more abilities here. I wouldn't mind getting Mary some. This is Mary, right? Yeah, so we get more abilities and dump some of this garbage. Maybe Mirror Blade. Since the boss fights where we might need health damage don't do really well with protected modifiers. Watch and see. Cool. Alright. Otherwise, we dump Dread. I like having the 1 mana cost ability. Alright, let's do this. Let's dump Mirror Blade, I think. Could also dump this ability. This ability's pretty bad. No, how do I not confirm? There we go. Yeah.
I am pleased with these offerings.
Steal 4 to 6.
Take them.
All enemies apply depression pretty early. Half a Mirror Blade upgrade. Wait, she's also got concluders? Interesting. Let's go 7 years bad luck. All right, we want to go right for... No, we're here. Chat, did I just scam myself? No, we're here. We want to go right. Why is this highlighted? Okay. There's the 60 souls.
Souls.
Only the fight here. Set up an ambush worth 2 skills. I think that's pretty good. Terror effect in 3 knights. 2 waves here. Only 1 wave there. We do want souls to the Reaper in a second, but 2 skills is a lot right now. So we'll take 2 waves of souls.
I heard you. You called me 3 times.
Let's get the taunt off. Alright, what do we have available?
Dirty again.
Obviously Torment. I don't hate Depression here. We could wait till the next round though. Dude, that mass nuking for triple 14s is pretty big.
Such pleasure.
Could run out wealth here.
What game are we playing? Mirror, mirror.
I don't mind just resetting all my skills to the next fight too.
Dirty again.
She's gonna die just to the passive, so I guess we probably ought to. Alright. So what is this fight looking like? Overseer, Hierophant, medium. So we're going after the Hierophant this round, although just applying the buff. Oh, we got a taunt effect. Could steal the taunt effect, but I don't think I'm going to. I think this just becomes
What game are we playing?
7 years bad luck. Where's the damage going? Everywhere? Oh.
I have to get my hands dirty again.
Oh, I forgot to fucking reset my skills. Rip. Okay with clumsiness on this guy. Yeah, I'm probably fine. Oh, it says steel. So we don't want to use that one then. So it's going to be clumsiness. It's fine.
I hope you're not in a hurry. I will too.
Did that hit 3 different targets, right? Dude, I have no idea what the fuck just happened there. Does mirror work with AoE? Or presumably, probably to cast twice on the one target. Okay. Hey, Buster. This guy's about to die, which is good. This will trigger us to 0 but not do damage. Attacking there, so we need to taunt here.
I'm ready.
Good.
Such pleasure.
Remove as many max SP. Presumably that's just for the fight. I mean, we could probably kill him this turn, honestly, so it's probably not relevant.
What game are we playing?
So they'll die to the AoE at the end. We're just doing damage in here.
My power is invincible. Take everything you can.
Alright, we get 2 fights here. Initiator is one you have to do at the start of your turn. Apply to Aegis. Aegis is pretty good. So physical heal, and it targets a combatant. Doesn't have to be us. That's interesting. I haven't seen that ability yet. What is alteration? I see. He gets second 7 years bad luck on Mary. This ability is one of the abilities I want to level up, so getting second copy seems good. Okay.
Take everything you can.
Second gust of wind, something I would like. Decadence was solid but not incredible, so I think we're going to take second gust of wind. Okay. All right. Any reason to go to a different one? No. We'll head up this way. Ambush. Okay. Hopefully we'll get a resource out of it. I don't know, Hippie Monkey. We should try to pay attention to that if it double triggers or not. Okay. Are skills like auto battlers where they level up if you get 3 or more? Yep. There's 3 tiers of skills, and it's 3 copies of the appropriate level skill to level them up. All right. We've 1 skill blocked for 3 turns. Okay. It's quite a bit of physical damage. They're spreading it out. I don't think we need to spread it out. Let's taunt here. Take our damage debuff.
I have to get my hands
Let's
dirty
activate the
again.
mirror. And let's AoE depression them. twice, I guess? No, I want to conclude there. Dude, that definitely hit multiple targets, right? Nice ambush, assholes.
What game are we?
Couldn't have ended any other way. Finally, fresh souls to
That's really nice. Just extra resources that showed up along the way for us. Secondary event here, too. Oh, they're both Grim Reaper events. Oh, that's funny. Alright. I don't think it... I mean, we could re-roll that one. I don't think I want to. Thanks, Stutters. It's hard to watch that. Okay, so we get Relentlessness level 2
take them.
for Mary.
The conductor of souls.
We can get 7 years bad luck to level 2 for 49. What are the trinkets? 2 AP every 2 turns is pretty nice. Damage on depleted skill is less exciting. Also not super exciting, that one. Can't afford that one anyways. So, it's third gust of wind too. They're both the most expensive, which kind of blows. We do want to send something through with the hand. Can we afford both? This is 94. Yeah, we could. We could afford both skills and the skill enhancement, but then we can't use the Grim Reaper's skill enhancement again. Where's the map? This is wrong. I should have done the first one. I should have done the main one first and then re-rolled the secondary one. We don't have another Grim Reaper for a very long time. Yeah, I definitely fucked this up. Do we just ignore those and go straight for skill enhancement? Possibly with watch. Mask buff. Alright, we're always doing this, and it's always this one, right? It's a steal, not a damage ability. Fuck, steals are overpriced, man. We could also bring this to 3. It's a really big nuke at 3. I mean, we can buy it to level 2, then upgrade it to level 3. We will get there immediately by walking to the other side. Alternatively, let's basically bring this to 3 and put one in the cooker. I do want this one to go to level 3, but it's very overpriced. I thought this was the other one. Could also bring this one to 3. Thing is, this doesn't scale super well. I mean, I guess it kind of does. Damage scales up nicely. It's a big nuke. Depression triggers twice a turn, so maybe 6 stacks isn't that bad. Maybe we just take both and don't worry about it. I mean, that worked out exactly, right? This was 93.
Choose quickly. Evil will not spread by itself.
Do I want any of these? Could take nothing. These are purple level skills though. It's kind of bad to waste them. We do need some ability to do physical for that one fight.
Scream as luck. Choose quickly. Evil will not spread
Remove a
by
protection.
itself.
Recharge one random skill. Remove a weakness, remove a control. It's an initiator, unfortunately. Plus 2 damage to disciples per remove status. That's a powerful ability. Kind of thinking about penetrating blades, though. Does fucking HP damage, though. Let's try relaxation. Weakness and a control. Man, that doesn't sound good at all. Alright. Then we're going to skill enhance here. We're going to skill enhance, I guess, depression. Okay. 7 years bad luck's what it's called. Okay, then we quit. Then we go to the other guy. You just choose your starting guys and girls. You have a pool that you choose from. You unlock them as you progress through the storyline. So it's meta unlocks. So yes. I think there's 10 you choose between. Alright.
With that,
Great.
the humans will. Ah, a conductor of souls. All those innocent souls I harvested will finally be of use.
Alright, and from here we're gonna run this. We're probably taking Mirror Blade and upgrading it. Possibly taking this one. Just for a physical damage dealer that we upgrade for free for, not for free, but for a while. Alright. I think I prefer Mirror Blade to this. I just don't remember if there's shell buffs or not. I think there were shell buffs. This is going to do 14 to 18. This does 14 to 21. Although the other one scales better with physical damage bonuses. Okay. Maybe it is that one. Alright. Okay. Alright, so some serious skill upgrades here. Alright, what's available here? We've got an event and a combat, and then an elite. The event's going to require I spend essence. I think we want to generate some resources. We could teleport over to the fountain. Come out slightly ahead, but that's it. I think I'd rather walk. Let's go for combat.
That shack looks like it's about to collapse. Maybe I should blow on it.
Terror effect in 5 nights. Yeah, let's get a trinket. Alright, so enemy. Doing enemy things.
I'm ready.
Oh, it's in it. That's not initiator. Okay, I didn't take the initiator one. Dude, she got 80 fucking SP all of a sudden. Excuse me, what? Who's she attacking, by the way? Everybody. So she steals 8 from everybody. Feels like cheating.
What game are we playing? Mirror, mirror, who shall die tonight?
I'm ready.
I mean, she dies here, right? Let's get the taunt off. Let's get the debuff off. Dude, that's such a big nuke at level 3 right now.
I have to get my hands dirty again.
So dark. Did you lose your rhythm?
I defile. I corrupt. I pervert.
Don't we all?
A fragment of power.
All right.
For my disciples.
After each combat, the holder's max HP and SP increases permanently by 2. It's okay. Every time you earn a terror effect, gain 20 souls. I really like this one. Every time you sack a skill, 80. Can I see the map? Dude, I love that I can access map here. Another nice interface feature. There's a Sacrificial Altar over there. I like terror effects in general. So getting the quadruple value out of terror effect counting towards relic, terror effect applying a buff, I guess it's triple value, and then terror effect also giving you souls is pretty nice. So really the question is, this is book chapter, I don't know what chapter that is, 3 or 4 probably. Maybe a little late on the terror one. Could take Dreamcatcher still. How many more of these are coming up? 1. You can only see so far. You can only see between for a full duration of 1 chapter. Good to know. This one doesn't do much for me though, so it's really between these two. Let's take Dreamcatcher. Go. Alright, and where are we headed right now? The only spot we can, elite fight, sure. Secondary in here or no? Negative. Alright.
Bow before your queen.
Bounty Hunter is nuking. So we want to taunt this round. Every time a disciple uses a skill, it's locked for 2 turns. Fuck. Each time a disciple recharges, +1 damage to enemies. Double fuck. Okay. Alright. Slight mistakes.
What game are we playing?
I have to get my hands dirty again.
And these two are gonna die right now though, so we don't really give a shit. 2 left. We want to do damage there. I mean, I could take the SP healing and be fine. How much is this doing? Plenty.
It's almost.
We're crushing this game. Crushing this fight, rather.
I'm ready.
Mirror, mirror, who shall die tonight?
I have to get my hands dirty again.
Get ghost sniped. Alright.
A fragment of power for my disciples.
Physical damage off dog tags. Succubus. At the beginning of each combat, replace Mistress of Suffering with Mistress of Pleasure. This was the healing one. +1 max HP. Disciples begin each combat and each new wave of attack with 3 depleted skills. Ew. Is that total across them or each? That's quite a difference.